Okay, if I was moving to New York City, there are definitely a few places that I would avoid, and here's why. Not all neighborhoods are created equal. Some have hidden issues that buyers don't even necessarily see from the beginning. Now, don't wait until it's too late. Stay tuned here. We're going to go over what some of those neighborhoods are so that you can check it out for yourself and figure out, is this really where I want to be moving to? In this video, I'll break down the neighborhoods that I personally would stay away from, what red flags to watch out for, and how to make sure that you are picking out the right neighborhood for you. Now, let's start with Times Square. This is a for me thing. And to be clear, I only live about 15 to 20 blocks above Times Square. So definitely just in the heart and center of Times Square. If you want to move to New York City so you can be in the middle of the hustle and bustle and you absolutely love that, then that might be the right neighborhood for you. And if you want to move to New York City so that you can enjoy more of the luxurious lifestyle, then I wouldn't recommend that because you are going to have so many tourists running around, bumping into you every day. I think that there are a lot of people that are visiting New York City that don't understand people really work here, right? A lot of people live and work here. So when we're trying to go someplace, we are trying to go someplace. And it makes sense. Times Square is the neighborhood that they get to stand, and just enjoy the amazingness that is Times Square. That said, those people are not looking out for you. And if that is going to bother you, probably don't move to Times Square. The lights. If you are sensitive to light at night, I know there are blackout shades, but there are just some angles, some areas that blackout shades just will not help. So if you are very sensitive to light and probably even noise, Times Square also may not be the right neighborhood for you. One more thing about Times Square is if you like to be a little bit of a bougie, Times Square is a little bit harder to get cabs to. So you're probably going to have to be taking your luggage to another area so that you can get a car because a lot of Times Square now is not drivable, right? They have people turning off, going other ways. So if you want some place to live where your car can stop right in front of your building, you can take everything out or put everything in. It's just not going to be so easy when you're in the middle of the Times Square area. Another neighborhood that I personally would stay away from is Financial District. And I want to be clear, the Seaport is great. Seaport is cute. They're really reviving it. That's a fantastic area. My only thing about the Financial District is that we have to remember it was originally built to be the financial hub, which means they didn't care so much about light, openness, views, right? They were built to be these big office buildings, which means you have a lot of beautiful buildings there. However, they tend to be longer and a little bit more narrow because what they're doing is using the space that they could from these old office buildings and turning them into residential buildings. So you're going to get those long lofts, as I mentioned. And I personally don't love that because I love light in my bedroom. I get woken up in the morning by light. I don't even have shades. I mean, I love the light. So for me, Financial District is going to be a little bit of a hard pill to swallow. Now, there are a few buildings like Park Row, 150 Nassau. A lot of those units are facing out. So there are some buildings where you're going to get some more light. But just keep in mind, Financial District was originally built for office buildings. And as you can tell by my office building, I'm pretty close to this one. I don't really get that much light except for a few hours in the middle of the day. And if that's okay for you at your home, then Financial District is a great way to get more bang for your buck. But if you really want that light, I would count that one out. Now, if you still want to be down in that Financial District area, be sure to check out my episode of Battery Park City versus the Seaport. Super cute. They're both on the sides. Anyways, you'll love it. Greenpoint. Listen, I know I'm so sassy about Brooklyn. I apologize, but Greenpoint to me is so out of the way. I mean, yes, you have beautiful views of the city. Absolutely. I mean, probably the best thing about it. And yes, I'm told it's really clean, but that's because it's so hard to get to. And yes, you do have the ferry now, but I don't like to be in the cold. So basically what I'm saying about Greenpoint is there are so many wonderful qualities, just not for me. I personally would not live in Greenpoint. And last but not least, in terms of neighborhoods that I personally would not live in is East New York. I gotta tell you, the name, it's East New York, but it's not like just East New York. I feel as though it should really be a burb. It's so far out there. I know it's changing. There's so many things changing in East New York. It's probably going to be really great, but East New York has hit my east limit and it is too far east to get into the city easily, quickly. And right now there's just not a lot to do there. I know it's changing. I bet in like 2 years, I'll be doing an episode about why to move to East New York, but right now, too far east for moi. All right. Now, are there some neighborhoods that you would personally avoid? I want to hear it. Stick it in the comment box below. And of course, as always, guys, if we can help you out with any of your buying or selling needs in New York City, please reach out, even if it was one of the neighborhoods that I just mentioned. Telling you, it's all about personal things, my thoughts and my beliefs. Oh, and pro tip, if you are thinking about moving to New York and you're not quite sure where to buy, I always recommend having a conversation with a real estate professional. Go over what your lifestyle is, what you like to do, what you don't like to do. We can give you some recommendations on a few neighborhoods. I also have tons of neighborhood videos on here. Chelsea, Flatiron, Upper East Side, Williamsburg, you get it. Go on here, check out some of the neighborhood videos. They'll give you some insights about what you can get for your money, but also go and walk around it. Walk around it during the day, walk around it at night, see what your comfort level is, how close your favorite coffee shop is, how close your favorite gym is to them, or if the buildings in the area have all the amenities you want. All right, now, if you need some help, again, my contact information is in the description box below, and we at the Wheelock team would always love to be your global real estate team of choice. Bye, guys.